for joining us. Last week I was having a conversation with someone about starting my business way back when. So Corporate Dojo was founded in 2006. Time of recording, what's that? 18 years ago, thereabouts. We started off as Ryan Gately and then turned into Corporate Dojo. Anyway, the conversation I was having with this person was focused around their own desire to start their own business, and they were curious to understand my story and how it was that Ryan Gately / Corporate Dojo came to be. So I thought I'd share this with you guys because I get this question a lot. There are a lot of people who contemplate business ownership and entrepreneurship and that whole journey. So I just wanted to share with you some of my own personal takings, if you like, or lessons from those experiences. A lot of the people I talk to, there's a lot of fear associated with it. You know, if I start this business, what happens if I fail? What happens if it doesn't work out, etc., etc. And what I've shared is that I got to a place where I had more evidence that I could succeed than evidence that I would likely fail. Now, that evidence was about my own journey to that point. So, reflecting on, well, what have I been able to achieve so far? What was required to achieve that? And the reality was a big part of what had helped me to be successful up to that point were my character traits, were my determination, my drive, my passion, my empathy, passion for human beings, which all of that was very relevant to me in terms of the business that I wanted to start. So I got to a place where I thought I would figure it out, that when tough times came, that I would back my own ability to find a way through. And that was pretty much as I had in terms of certainty. The reality is starting your own business does take courage, especially if you're stepping out of full-time employment, or in my case, I had 3 young children and a husband who was a full-time carer of the kids. It did take a lot of courage just to actually step off that cliff into the unknown and to back myself and give it a go. I also believed that if for whatever reason it didn't work, that I was employable, that I would find a way back onto the employment path. What I have learned along the way that I would strongly encourage you to contemplate if you are thinking about starting your own business is why. So I've met a lot of people who want to start their own business because they want freedom, because they want choice. And I laugh because there are days where I've thought, oh my goodness, how great would it be to be employed and to have a sense of freedom from the, at times, seriously demanding pressure or huge amount of pressure that you can feel as a business owner to keep the money flowing in, to keep the staff or the employees employed and engaged and happy. There is a lot that can be challenging, and what sustains you or allows or enables you to keep going when somewhat inevitably tough times arise is that sense of purpose. The why are you doing what you are doing? Why do you want this business to exist? Now, in my case, when I started my business, I was pretty much the only service delivery person. Actually, I'm lying to you. When I first started the business, I had a business partner for the first 12 months. So both Lisa and I were out there delivering the services. But for a long time, it was me pretty much having to build the business, sell the services, and deliver them. You might want to start a business that doesn't have anything to do with your own personal talent or ability to actually deliver the service. On many levels, I would encourage you to, from day one, to think about how your business's outcomes can be achieved through the talent and energy of other people, not just you. That was a lesson. It took me a long time to learn that one. So understand, why do you want to do this? What role will you play? Why do you want this business to exist? And then critically, who's your client? And this was something, again, it took me a long time to work out. I kind of went into the world thinking that human beings are my client, so anyone who's in a leadership role, anybody who's in HR, anybody who's a team member, anybody who wants to create a thriving career, I have an absolute passion for both leadership and self-mastery. It took me a long time to work out how do those two things belong together, and who's my client? Who am I actually ultimately selling this service to, and why do they want it? Who are they as an individual? What are their realities and their experiences, and what's hard, and what do they want to change, and how can what we do make a difference for them? So understanding that genuine value proposition, why the market needs your business, and who is your client, and why do they want to engage you? So be super clear to the extent that you can be before starting your business, because the reality is, based on my own experiences, is that clarity is likely to evolve and change anyway. But at least start with, why do I want to do this? What's my real driver here? Remembering, you could start a business that gives you lifestyle choice. Again, those sorts of businesses exist. But most of the business owners and entrepreneurs that I've met with and worked with over the years work hard. They're passionate, they're driven, they invest every day in their businesses and their teams. So if you are thinking starting a business is an easier path, I'd encourage you to snap out of that. Is it a hugely rewarding path? Absolutely. I've loved what I've been able to do with my team in Corporate Dojo. So it is worth it, but you've got to love it. You've got to be super passionate about it. The final thing I'll say, just referencing my notes down here, is that it's okay to want to be a business owner or want to be a successful executive or employee. It's okay to be whatever you want to be, but don't go down the business partnership or business ownership, path unless you really want it for the right reasons. So that's my 2 cents worth around kicking off your own business. Please don't hesitate to reach out. If you are contemplating that and you're really not sure if it's the right path for you, then reach out to my team and I. Thanks for joining.